forward? Are you...
I'm facing forward.
So I
The
might keep up,
skittering,
look out on the sides.
the skittering noises you realize are coming from around you and but not from above you until you hear that most of them are skittering are going from behind most of you. They're towards where Wizardo is, and if you turn if and turning back, you can see shapes kind of appearing dark, not really, just looks like they're cloaked in shadow. Shapes appearing around Wizardo.
We need to save that fool. And I start moving, uh, trying to move quickly towards Wizardo and uh, attack. Like,
You kind of get in the way of Larry, and you kind of bump into each other as as you're running back towards Wizardo, and you notice that Wizardo kind of falls from the sight, and he's just gone in that exact moment as you were kind of passing Larry on the way.
I kind of get that when I said that, like, he also sees that, so he would also start going towards Wizardo, but I'm not sure. It's fall.
Oh yeah, Larry, what did you do in this situation?
I just turned around and just stared,
Oh,
Uh,
that's
surprised,
probably why that he bumped into
stunned.
you. What you see is winged shapes picking him up and kind of dropping him down. So in such a fast time, you don't even notice how just it's just split second. It's just you can see it, but it takes you a while for you to process what happened. And Wizardo just drops from view, and you kind of hear a yelping as he does that, and he's gone. And
God damn it, move! I say to Larry, like,
you hear the skittering sounds of kind of oh, sorry about that.
are these creatures are still there, or?
Well, you don't see anything, but you hear the skittering sounds and the kind of cackling sounds coming from both behind, but under you and behind you.
I guess I start running to the bottom as fast as I can,
You're
just past everyone.
okay. I want you to make it a fire danger roll so you don't trip over your teammates in front of you.
Alright.
It's a 2d6 plus dex, I think.
Getting out of the way, yes, that's plus dex. Nice.
Okay, so you just jump around. Oh wait, no, sorry, your narrative.
I guess I do both of them
Cool. So
as I'm running.
nice. So you get them all. You get everybody through. You get all the way through the door coming in front of you.
Yes, I run to the bottom, just through the door.
What do the rest of you guys do? What do you do, Lux?
I start walking slowly behind Larry. A little bit, not slowly, but slightly faster than walking, but not like running.
Cool.
Seeing that my source of light is retreating, I just cough and say, well, this is not retreat, this is attack in another direction. And I quickly follow and try to be still cautious about the attacks that might come or might not.
Cool. So when you get to the very bottom, there is you enter into a room like the first room you walked into. So it'd be probably the first person who went in was Larry, and then Lux, and then Orzak, right?
Ozruk, yes.
Orzuk, Orzaruk.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, cool. So you enter into a room like the room before, very similar to the room at the top of the stairs. And as you notice this time, when you walk into it, the door behind you, as soon as the last person gets through, it closes to slam shut.
Well,
You guys are in this room. It's plain room. There is no pedestal in this, and there's only one door in front of you, and it has the same mechanism in the front. A little handset. Put your hand on it, and it opens, just like the ones that you walked into.
That might
Very
be
plain
good.
room. It's dimly lit, so yeah.
Well, not too much choice. That might be good or bad.
I walk forward to the door and try to put my hand where Lizardo had put it.
Cool. And who's gonna, where are the rest of you guys? And like,
I might be here, like closely behind him.
okay. As soon as you put your hand onto the door, you hear a shattering sound coming from the door behind you. As you notice it, it's slowly creaking upwards. The door in front of you, though, is also slowly creeping upwards. As the door behind you with the shattering sound, it starts happening rapidly, like a rapid fire sound of glass breaking over and over again, coming from behind you, and you notice dark, shadowy looking figures coming, crawling under the door. They look like almost like dwarves. They look very similar to Orzak or Azruk, but a whole bunch of them looks like they're past that door. 6, 7 are all you can kind of make up. As the door gets about halfway through, all of you are able to get past the door in front of you, but also allows shadowy figures to come in the door behind you.
uh,
So, what do you guys want to do?
Can we is there a chance for us that we one of us activates the mechanism one more and we quickly disengage and go to another room as the door starts closing once again?
You could try.
Let's try it.
So, who does what right now?
I step to the door in front of us.
Cool.
I hold the line. I will go last.
Cool.
I'll be the second one to go through.
The first beast coming at you, the first shadowy dwarf coming at you, takes a swing at you, and I want you to do a. Yeah, you can do something right now.
I mean, what's his attack? Like, what's the range of his attack? Like near, close, hand?
He has a halberd, so he could attack you from right now.
Ah, from quite afar. Okay, so yeah, definitely I will, and I prepare myself, like pull out a shield and like I'm trying to catch the halberd strike at the shield, like hold off the strike, like try to endure it.
Cool. So you're using a defend action or a
Defy
something like
danger.
define danger. Sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, roll away. I guess you add your constitution.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Which is oh, I failed.
Oh, so he's going to hit your shield, and then at the same time, another shadowy dwarf is going to stab you in the shoulder with some damage.
I have scale armor and shield, so even without a shield I have 2 armor, so
it hits you in the shoulder, the armor, so, and it doesn't do anything.
yeah. Can I respond?
You can respond. And also, what do you do right now, Larry? What do you do? You're stuck between Lux, who ran into the door in front of you, and Orzak, who is fighting off shadow dwarfs behind you.
I'm just gonna back up into the door.
Okay, cool. So you're noticing now that the door is slowly starting to recede. It's starting to go downwards. It's right now at about it's about a little over a third of the way down.
So if I see or hear that, I just see if I'll deal with you next time, and I make a dash towards the door, like to slide beneath it to the other side.
I want you to make a defiant behavior roll because as soon as the closer you get to it,
Mhm.
the quicker it goes down.
Okay. Dexterity, defy danger,
Yeah, sure.
because
Or actually, maybe
Constitution. Okay, I can. I'm fine with that. Like I'm trying to be like really fast, and I roll a 9.
So you get all the way through, but at the same time, the last part of it comes down on your ankle and it does hit you, but it doesn't. It's not hurt that it's not super bad. Apparently, it doesn't even do anything to you.
Uh, Glorious dwarven steel.
So Lux and Larry already know what's going on in the next room. So in the next room, let's see what actually is going on in the next room. In the next room, ooh, interesting enough, you come across a mirror. In the next room, I guess I've already seen it. So let me kind of take you guys. So you come across there's another room like the room you just came out of, but this room is littered with skeletons. It's also a very broken up room. It's destroyed and kind of damaged everywhere. And the one interesting thing about this room is that it has a mirror and it has skeletons also. There's piles of skeletons everywhere around you. But the biggest thing about this room is that there's one single kind of antique looking mirror in the very center of it.
Do we perhaps see any doors?
No doors. You actually notice that the light, you still have the torch going, right, Lux?
Yes.
Then there is no light in the room besides the torch and Larry's little crystal. All those little things are just skeletons, I guess.
I look at the skeletons and I'm not the most intelligent dwarf around, but I can add 2 to 2, and well, I saw those dwarves, like not dwarves, that something happened to them, and I look at Lux and say, could you do that your uh, evil sense thingy or whatever you call it on these skeletons?
I ask what here is evil.
So
Looking
you
around.
do a prayer and you detect the evil, and you notice there is actually no evil in this room.
I say there's nothing.
Alright then. Like I take a
Wait,
like a
what do you,
because I was the last one. I like either Larry or Lux. Like what first they
yeah,
do.
Larry or Lux, what do you guys do in this situation? Oh, sorry.
I start looking at the skeletons, checking and looking if there's like.
Do you want to discern realities to check out what's going on?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
1 sec.
Discern realities is a
Plus wisdom.
yeah.
I think that's a minus for me.
Oh damn.
And -1, so 8.
Okay. So
You get one question.
you check out what particular ones you want to check out? Ones over here,
Yeah, the
here.
one's closest to me.
So right there.
Yeah.
So you're gonna check out these two skeletons. One's a dwarf and one's a, let's say, elf. Both of them were wearing armor, and it looks like they weren't from the dwarf. At least looks like he wasn't from the dwarf Korea. He doesn't look antique. He looks like a modern dwarf kind of stuff going on. He looks very similar to Ozrock behind or near you. Kind of modern dwarf, has the modern trends going on. Looks like this probably was only 6 months, maybe a year. Not old. Not really old.
So I ask or find out what happened here recently.
Oh, well, you find out that these are you find out these are relatively fresh skeletons first of all, and you also notice that their arms and legs are all disconnected from their skeleton torsos. And you notice that something's pointing that they have they're all laying in such a situation that it kind of looks like they're all of them something happened that they died from the mirror in front of you guys. So yeah.
Okay.
Do you?
Communicate that to the rest of the group.
Yeah.
I took a.
Larry, what do you do?
Okay, right.
I'm gonna start looting the skeletons over here, my close.
Cool. You get
Just
there's some swords on them. There's some armor. Take them all. You can take. There's gold in their little pockets. They look like they were probably very. There's adventuring kits on them. Take anything you want.
I'll take the gold.
Cool. Get some gold.
Do I see that?
Yeah, I guess if you want to.
I don't do anything. I just say, you do what you do. But in place like this, I can save you from monsters. Don't expect me to save you from the curses that grave robbers get.
Matter, but you get 30 gold, I guess, just for a number. I don't think it would matter. No. So.
Alright.
So, what do you guys do in relation to the rest of it? What is Ozrock?
After Lux gave us the information that something happened, like the dead here, their death cause is probably connected to the mirror. I very carefully take a step closer, and maybe I'm not the most, as I said, not most intelligent dwarf in the world, but he has some kind of instinct, so he will discern realities, like look closely at the mirror, try to understand what's the deal with this, if the mirror is in control here or something. Depends on how well do I roll. Okay, give me a moment. Ozrock, wisdom. I rolled an 8.
Cool. So, what question are you gonna ask?
Who's really in control here?
I don't know how I would respond to this, but I'll respond as best as I can. So, as you get closer to the mirror, you can see something in it, like a pale visage into the mirror, a very kind of silhouette almost, who looks like an older man, maybe who's wearing blue. Kind of but the thing about this is that he looks like he's not a reflection. He looks like he's trapped in there.
Does that guy looks like a dwarf?
He's a human, actually, and he looks like a wizard.
Okay, so because I'm a fighter, so I won't do any metagaming. I just think that, okay, strange shit going on, but this reminds me of a wizard. So, without thinking much, I step closely and I try to smash the mirror.
Cool. Give it a hack and slash.
Technically, if I can slightly argue, this is, unless you say otherwise, but technically this mirror, I treat it as an inanimate object, or
I don't know. I'd give it a hack and slash and see.
Ah, okay. Okay. 9.
Okay, then yeah, it's an inanimate object. You just break it. So yeah, the mirror shatters into 2 pieces and just falls upon the ground. Unless you didn't want to do that.
Maybe not fall to the ground, but like weaken it, like hit it once, and maybe this will work. He's not good on magical stuff, so his instinct
Cool,
might
so
tell
you
him
just
that weakening the mirror, like injuring it or damaging it, might help that imprisoned wizard-like fellow.
You want to smash the glass kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So as soon as you smash the glass, you guys are cloaked in total darkness. The whole room goes completely dark. And you hear glass shattering sounds echoing across the whole chamber.
Put my shield in front of my face.
Wait, so does the torch go out?
Oh no, actually you can see things with the torch. With the torch. Yeah, that you can see things with the torch. The thing is, you see that you're falling now. But you didn't notice it before, but you just realized that you're all falling somewhere. And you actually land in a pit of water. You fall until you hit this giant splurge of water, like a underground lake almost. I guess, what do you guys do now?
Like Blech, small dwarf in armor, not a good swimmer, and he like tries to pull himself out of the water, trying to instinctively get to the dry land or something.
Cool. What did the rest of you guys do?
Yeah, just try to stay afloat in the water.
When you guys go afloat, you can see that there is platforms in front of you. There, it looks like almost like a swimming pool kind of thing, like it was meant for people to fall and splash into this water as some sort of, I guess, it's safety measure. Izzard or Larry, what do you do in this situation?
I try to find land somewhere to go up onto.
Okay. You guys, I guess you scramble up onto the platforms in front of you. I guess.
I certainly do.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So everyone scrambles up into these platforms. You're in a large room. This room's cavernous compared to the rooms in front of you, but it's cavernously wide behind you. It looks like there's water all the way down. It looks like it gets deeper and deeper, and behind you for good long time. You can't see anything above you, but you can see that there is walls. The torch went out, of course, but the light, the little dim light, you can see things with it. So you can see, can't really see walls, but you kind of dimly see that there's an outline of walls to your sides and in front of you. So you guys are up on this platform, and the thing in front of you, though, behind you is the water, and in front of you is a doorway, glowing with that. As when you get closer to it, when you're walking towards this doorway, it becomes lighter. It becomes a bright, almost like red bright, like the bright that would come from like actual fire, just fire going off.
I start to move towards it.
For a moment, like if the rest of the party like moves towards it, I try to stay in range of the lights so that I have them in range. But I scratch my beard and head, and like I take a small step back to see if there is like a change in the lightness of the door.
No, you don't notice that there's any change in lightness going on.
So I shrug and mutter, well, not me, or at least not me specifically. And yeah, I keep with the party.
Do you guys enter into the door, or what do you do with the door, or do you want to look through it? What do you guys want to do?
I look through and ask, what is evil?
You notice that there is a strong presence of evil coming from the store, hugely strong. Like there is just crazy amounts of evil coming from in there. You also notice that there's large amounts of heat, and all you can really see in front of you is kind of like a pool of lava almost, and some more cavernous areas, and some more kind of platform like bridge like things.
I say there's something not right here.
Well, yes. Do you tell us about the heat and the lava?
Yeah.
Well then, falling into water is fine, more or less. But into the lava, it doesn't matter if you can swim or not. Like, if we go through that, we know that we will be on the ground, or
Yeah, there's totally gonna be ground in front of you guys.
I just kind of stick my arm through the door. See what happens.
And the door, nothing happens to the door. You just kind of notice that there's stuff going on in there. There's the lava going on, and that nothing's attacking you or nothing's happening any different. You just have your arm through the door. You're all soaking wet, kind of too. So keep that in mind.
well, soaking wet, heat. We might as well dry ourselves. I look at looks. Do you go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go. I start walking.
Okay, so I will follow.
So as you guys walk into the next room, let me quickly do something. Copy. You guys, a minute. Let me move these guys back. Who's going first? Who was first again?
I am.
Okay. And it was Lux and then Larry?
No, I am going second. Ozruk is going right behind Lux.
Okay, so this is a brief kind of thing. So what you're on are a bunch of platforms, and you see this big pit of lava in front of you. But now the lava when you get into it, the lava illuminates skeletons, a whole horde of them at there, and they all turn and kind of notice your footsteps, your soggy footsteps, and look at you. You also notice that there's a huge amount of different pathways that lead to different things going off in different places.
I ask which way.
Oh, and as you notice, the skeletons are these are not inanimate skeletons. These are skeletons that are standing and kind of loitering around, and they're kind of start scrambling towards you guys.